technically at the minute I'm working as a farm vet. I have a little bit of an interest on the horse side as well, and I'm also the actual chair of the LLP, so I'm actual chair of Scarsdale Vets as an entity itself. I haven't done small animal work probably since the late 80s, and I've concentrated predominantly on production work within the dairy sector. I was a local boy, went to school in Long Eaton and Nottingham, saw practice with Scarsdale, and when they were busy I got fobbed off to an old boy down the road who ran a little two-man mixed practice, and he obviously took pity on me and said, "Do you want to work here when you qualify?" So I ended up working in Derby, and then after a year the original precursor of Scarsdale, which was Taylor Thompson Partners, bought him out, and I got sold along with the operating table and some of the drugs really. So I started working at Scarsdale then, and we used the old premises, which is interesting because it was the old governor's house for the prison in Derby, so it was a lovely haunted building, and we worked there for about 4 years, having already split, doing nothing but farm and horse from that site. And then we moved here in '91, and I was sort of the junior partner just the year after that, and we started building the horse side to start with, and then building the farm side sort of alongside it, and been here ever since. When I was a student here in the 80s, they opened the small animal hospital on Kedleston Road, which in those days was state of the art and was really ahead of its time and was supposedly future-proof. And then as small animal advanced over the years, with MRI coming in, CT scanning coming in, a lot more orthopaedic surgery techniques coming in, including sort of hip replacements, pacemaker surgery and stuff like that, it really became just totally unfit for purpose. So we started looking around for a much bigger site, which is hence the move to Pride Park. Although before then we had a couple of trials at various places. Pride was the one that provided the most space, and even now with Pride, you know, we've certainly got enough footfall there to almost justify even moving some of the services out of Pride. It's moved dramatically from the days of mixed practice where everybody did a bit of everything to pure specialism really now, even to on the farm side where now we're pushing more and more for higher productivity on the farms and looking at profitability on the farms rather than just being an emergency service doing sort of calvings and sick cows. We're working with the farm and the nutritionists and everything, trying to provide a more productive unit. So a lot of our work is still TB testing related. So because the test is a 2-day job, jab on a Monday, read on a Thursday, or jab on a Tuesday, read on a Friday, quite a chunk of my day will still be with TB testing. The rest of it will be with routine visits. So the one I'll go to after this, it's a farm milking about 160 cows. He'll have fortnightly or monthly visits, and we'll go and see maybe 20-30 cows. These will be post-calving checks to see they're clean, a rectal exam with ultrasound to see if they're cycling, and early pregnancy diagnosis at 30 to 40 days with ultrasound scanning. And then maybe have a look at his sort of drug usage and that, have a chat through what he should be doing. Is he happy where he is with his milk production? Can we look at the diet? We were very conscious with taking on new graduates that they have to be mentored. You have to tailor that to the individual. When we have a new graduate starting, so we've got one started this week on the farm side, and we've got another one starting within a couple of weeks. So they'll do no on-call to start with. Most of the visits they do will be shadowed, so they will actually be like being a student, but you'll go out with them, they will do all the work, and you'll just interfere or pass comment if you feel it's not going as well as it should be. And the good ones they'll be very competent from day one. They'll ask a few questions just to get the sort of probably the practice way of doing things, rather than there's never a right way of doing things. There's various right ways of doing things. So hopefully after a couple of months you can start to put them back onto the rota, and then we end up running it so they set off to the call first and one of us follows along 10 minutes later. So they start the calving or prolapse or whatever, and if it's going well, just stand and watch them. If they need a hand, give them a hand. And then if that goes well over a couple of months, they go onto the rota full time. But there's always 2 farm vets on call. There's always somebody with a phone, so they always can phone for advice. And I'd much rather they phoned and we just chatted it over than they tried to do something and then told me later. But you've got to look after the new graduate. There's no point just chucking them to the wolves. You've got to look after them. At the end of the day, your farm client wants a good vet, and the way to make sure they're a good vet is that you look after them at the start, and hopefully iron out any problems that they have early on. And I think you can only do that by giving them that support, so that they know the support's there. You know, if they phone up, yeah, of course he will speak to you on the phone. You know, if they want a hand, somebody will go and give them a hand. You know, and I think it's quite crucial. Team atmosphere is good. You know, we like to go out and have a drink now and then, and we like to go to certain do's and probably drink too much. Everybody's very friendly with each other, very approachable. A lot of them see each other socially afterwards, which again is the benefit of a bigger practice. You know, that you can have several friends and that, and there'll always be somebody available for a chat. For the future, you have to make sure that you've got a stream of graduates and vets coming through that want to work for you. And I think you've got to be able to provide that supportive atmosphere for them. And then really with regards to the farm side here, yeah, we are looking to expand by taking on other farms from other practices. But you know, that's a slow process. They'll change for odd reasons. It can be quite difficult. So we're looking at just providing that, you know, a high level of service, and hopefully by word of mouth and with our sort of PR side, that we will, you know, presence at shows and things like that, just start to pick up some more customers and just keep building that way.